What's good, young people? It's Neo Designs here, back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about Melty Blood Type Lumina Season 3 and my wish list / predictions for characters that could possibly come if we do get a Season 3. I think something will be announced at EVO just because Melty's been having a lot of sales. Melty's been at EVO. Melty's been free. Type Lumina's been free at some points, so free to play for people. So I think something's going to be announced at EVO. Something, maybe a sequel game, probably not. It's most likely going to be DLC if there is an announcement, but we're going to be talking about that in this video. And in the background I have Melty footage. These are like old matches of me playing that I didn't like upload to YouTube and stuff like that, so I'm not going to really edit the video like I did for my Season 2 wishlist / prediction video. I'm just going to be talking over the Melty gameplay and maybe adding some pictures in for context. I don't know if I'll do that, but Editor Neo will be able to figure that out. I don't know if I'll add pictures yet, but Editor Neo will be able to figure that out. And my Type Lumina, well, I said Type Lumina, my Melty Blood and Tsukihime knowledge is limited, so be cool on me in the comments, otherwise you will get cooked, and you don't want that. Anyway, let's begin. So this is going to be split into two parts. The first part is going to be my predictions, which are characters that are most likely, that I think are most likely going to get into the game, and then we'll go into the wish list, which is wishful thinking, characters that I just like to see regardless of lore and lore reasons. I know that, this game is tied to the remake, so some characters will not be revealed unless they are shown in the remake, but the wish list part does not care about that. We're just going to be dropping names on the wish list part, but we're going to start with the prediction part first. Characters that I think will most likely get in. Now, these characters I think will most likely get in because they've been mentioned or referred to in Type Lumina itself. So we've already seen Len, and we know that Len's going to be in the game. But another character that I think will get into the game, this is going to be the first character, is Satsuki, because Satsuki was mentioned at the end of Noel's story. Noel mentioned Satsuki going into the back alley, and the back alley, to me, that references the back alley crew of Satsuki, Eltnum, and Ricebrief, based on the knowledge that I know. So maybe, I think Satsuki's most likely going to get in, but I think if Satsuki does get in, that opens the possibility of Ricebrief or Eltnum getting in, because I think those three were like the back alley crew or something like that. I could be wrong, and you could correct me about that in the comments. Just be cool once again, but that's a character I think could get in because she was mentioned in Noel's story. Another character that I think could get in is Toko. I think Toko can get into the game because Toko is Aoko's sister, Aoko Aozaki's sister, and she's mentioned in the game. Like, Aoko directly mentions her and not refers to her, but mentions her in the game. So I think Toko has a slight possibility of getting into the game, and that would be nice. I'd actually like to see Toko in the game and see how she fights and all that stuff, because I've seen a little bit of her in the Garden of Sinners movies, and I'd like to see Toko. It'd be pretty nice. And another character that I think could get in the game, this is gonna be the third character, well, third and fourth character, is Mio and Goto Saiki, the Saiki clan or family that was mostly annihilated by the Nanayas. And the reason I'm saying Mio might not be in the game, but I think we might see more of Mio. And the reason I'm saying we might see more of Mio is because Mio's tent is literally in the game. I think it's in one of the stages. I forgot the name of the stage, but Mio's tent, the tent that she lives in because she ran away from her family, that's literally in the game. So we might see Mio, but Mio doesn't fight. Like, Mio doesn't have any like fighting abilities that we've seen. So I don't know if she could get in. I don't know what they could do with her abilities, but she is a Psyche, and they are like, I think, like a demon clan or something like that. But they are a clan with like heightened abilities. Let me say that. I don't know if they're a demon clan or not. But Goto, we know Goto can fight, and we know Goto got messed up by the Nanayas. That's why he has bandages all over his face and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see what they could do with Goto's moveset and stuff like that if they were to give him a moveset. I would like to see Goto more than I would Neo. I think Goto would be a great addition to Type Lumina. And let's get in to the next character. The next character that I think could get in is Dr. Arak, or Araku, or whatever her name is, the crazy spider doctor. But much like Neo, she doesn't fight, so I don't know how they would, like, what moveset they could give her. I mean, maybe she could fight with like the spiders or something like that, because there was like the little French incident where there was like the giant spider vampire, and I think it was theorized that like not theorized, but she had something to do with it. Either she was the actual spider vampire, or she had something to do with that situation, had some sort of relationship with it. But maybe, and I know she has like control over like spider ghouls and stuff like that, and she turned a couple people into like dead apostles, like Noelle, for example. So I don't know, maybe she could get in, but she doesn't box. So, but she was in the Tsukihime remix, so that's a character that I can think of. I don't think there were any new routes released too, so if there are and I don't know, then I can't name those characters that have been shown, like some of the new characters that have been shown if there was a new route, but I don't know. The next character that I think could get into the game is Archetype Earth, the fourth Arcuade, right? Because Archetype Earth is seen at the end of Roa's story. And you know, they had that little dialogue and stuff like that. I think Archetype Earth just eradicated Roa at the end of his story. I don't remember too much, but I do remember that she was shown. So we'd have 4 Arcuades if she got in the game. But since she, like, you see her in the game, I think she could get in. I think she can get in. We'll have 4 Arcuades, which I don't want. I'd rather have another character. But if she's fun, you're not gonna like with any of these characters, regardless of if I really want them or not. If they're fun, you're not gonna catch me complaining. That's all I'm gonna say, right? I like video games. I just like to have fun at the end of the day. So if they're fun, I'm not gonna be complaining. Now, the last character that I think has a chance of most likely getting into the game is Nanaya Shiki. I think we've seen flashes of him or directly seen him in a lot of the boss rushes, like boss rush 1, 2, and I don't know. Was it 3? Not 3. 3, Nanaya Shiki wasn't there, or anything about that, but I think 4 maybe. But 1, 2, and 4. I could even be wrong about 4 too, but definitely the first 2, like Nanaya Shiki was there, or is strongly hinted to be there, right? So that does it for characters that I think could most likely get into the game outside of Len, because we know Len could get into the game, whether it's white Len or regular Len or maybe 2-in-1, so maybe Len could have an install that turns her into white Len. But once again, I don't know much about Len, so maybe that doesn't make any sense given the context of Len's character that you guys most likely know and I don't. But maybe they could do a 2-in-1 giving Len an install or something like that. If they can, I don't know if like it makes sense according to the rules of Melty and the characters. I don't know anything about Len, so I'm just brainstorming and throwing stuff out there. So outside of Len, but I know like some people are saying if Nanaya gets into the game, then white Len has to be in the game. But I'm just saying Len as Len in general. It could be regular Len, it could be white Len, it could be both characters, it could be a 2-for-1, so you could have 2 characters in 1 character. We'll see, but we definitely know Len is coming because Len was at the end of Boss Rush 4. So now let's get into the real fun part. Wait, actually, before we get into that, in the comments, I know I probably should have said this earlier in the video, but in the comments, drop the characters that you think could most likely get in. I'm gonna limit it to 4. Think of 4 characters that you think will most likely get in season 3, and think of 4 wishlisted characters that you would just want in the game, regardless of lore. So name your 4 in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to reply to every comment, because I'm interested in seeing your guys' thoughts and stuff like that. You know, interaction is very good and communicating with the people. So let's get into the wish listed part. Now these are characters that I would like to see in the game, regardless of lore, and I'm going to be name dropping a lot of people. Well, not a lot, like maybe like 5, but let's think of one. I'm not giving up on Shiki. I'm not giving up on the white-haired Shiki, you know, him being able to like fight with his blood and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm not gonna give up on white-haired Shiki. Hopefully, you know, the original Shiki Tono, not the adopted one. So I hope, you know, Akiha's blood relative, you know, I actually hope, you know, the biological brother, I actually hope that he could get into the game. Like, I'm not giving up on him. I said it in my season 2 prediction video that I'd like to see him in the game, and that hasn't changed. I still would like to see this man in the game, and please, if it happens, it's gonna be great. I don't think he'll be my main, but he's gonna be a character that I use a lot, because I don't think I'm moving from Red Arc as my new main. So the next character, I am also not giving up on Ryogi. I'm not giving up on Ryogi Shiki, even though you know, it'd be nice to have Ryogi Shiki and Toko both in the same game, but I'm not gonna give up on Ryogi. I think Ryogi I would like to see Ryogi in the game. I don't think Ryogi has a very high chance, or even like a medium chance of getting into the game. I think all these characters' chances of getting into the game on my wish list are very, very low. But I'm not giving up on Ryogi. I'd like to see Ryogi in the game, and what they could do with her moveset and stuff like that. Maybe add some new stuff. So the third character is if they were to add like another guest character, not a Fate character, because I think they said Fate characters are done for. I think like Ushiwakamaru and Dantes are the last Fate Go characters or whatever, and I don't even know much about Fate Go, so, but you know, I know a lot of people were mad when they came out, but I was like, you know what, I didn't mind. Like, again, I just want to have fun playing games. That's it. If they're fun, you're not gonna catch me complaining, right? So if they were to add another guest character, I think they should add Hyde. I honestly think they should add Hyde from Under Night because, well, both games are made by French bread. Under Night 2 is looming. You know, it's been announced that it's in development, I think on Twitter or something like that. So what better way to, you know, build up hype for another Under Night than adding some Under Night characters in another French bread game? You know, let's build up to the hype of Under Night 2. So I think Hyde coming in as a guest character, and this is something that my boy Jet said back in the season 2 prediction video, that Hyde would be a nice character to come into the game. So Hyde would be nice. I'd like to see Hyde, you know, in the game, some, you know, Under Night crossover with Melty and stuff like that. I don't know how they'd handle his story or whatever, but Hyde would be a nice character. I think, you know, the way Hyde fights and stuff like that, I think it fit Type Lumina well. Right? So that's 3 characters named right now. We are going to name one more, and we named this character. I think a lot of these characters that I'm naming are still the same characters from my season 2 prediction one, because another one that Jet named from that one is Chaos. And I know people are like, oh, you know, Vlav is the Chaos replacement, but Chaos has been mentioned in the Tsukihime remake. He's been mentioned. So maybe, because Chaos, I think in the Tsukihime remake, he was listed as one of the ancestors that was, I think, like possessed by Arcraid or something like that, and he had a conversation with Roa in a flashback, Chaos, in the Tsukihime remake. So hey, maybe Chaos could come back. Hey, we need some more male characters in the game, so hey, give us Chaos. I'm just saying, I would like to see Chaos moveset is pretty sick. I've seen a little bit of it. I haven't played too much of the older Melty games. I've played a little bit, but not too much. So I've seen a little bit of Chaos, and he looks pretty cool, so add Chaos. Then this is going to be the last character. I think the last character, and this one, I don't think a lot of you are going to expect this character that I'm going to be naming. It might be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I would say just pause the video, drop the like, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. But this last character on my wish list, I don't think anybody would mention this character. Rita Rose, the 15th out of the 27 dead apostle ancestors. Now, does she have a chance of making it into the game? Heck no, but it'd be cool if she was, you know. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, she's the 15th out of the 27 dead apostle ancestors. She was originally human at first, but I think Dr. Araku made her into a dead apostle. Once I already said spoilers, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna delve a little bit deep into spoilers. If you're not there yet, you're not there yet. If you don't want to hear it, click off of it. It might not even be spoilers. This might be common knowledge to you guys, but you know what? Let's continue. But yeah, she was turned into a dead apostle by Dr. Araku, I think. So she has a connection with Dr. Araku, a character that's been seen in the Tsukihime remake in the ROMs that have been released, I believe. And I think they could do a cool little moveset with her, with like the mystic eyes and stuff like that, because she has the mystic eyes of roses or something like that. I believe she has the power of illusions and some soul removing stuff. She can take your soul out and lock your soul away forever with her eyes. So I think they could do, you know, give us some cool special moves with that, and give us a really cool moveset of Rita Rose. I hope I'm saying her name right. I think I am, but if I butchered it, like I said before, be cool in the comment section. Otherwise, I'm gonna come at you too if you come at me. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I think those are my predictions for the Melty Blood Type Lumina Season 3. If we get a Type Lumina Season 3 at EVO, I think it'll happen, but if we don't, we don't. I'm still gonna play the game regardless, because I do think the game is a lot of fun. But hopefully we get a Season 3. So this was my wish list and predictions, and I'm gonna say it one more time. Remember, My predictions are characters I think will most likely get into the game because they have been mentioned, directly shown, or referenced in Type Lumina. And the wish list is just me going wild. Characters I'd like to see regardless if they are likely to get in the game or not. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Be cool, everybody. I'll see you all next video. It's Neo Designs, and I'm signing out.